In opposition of what was said, we must not lose our basic grounds on the fundamental function of formal education. Formal education is something that we as a parent has gone through and proven functional and beneficial for us. We can see multiple people, the richest billionaires, investors, all gone through formal education. Yes, you can say creativity will create a huge income, but formal education does not remove that point too. Social media is now rapidly growing, but how would we know within 5 to 10 years' time it will become the same? Let's take TikTok for example. How do we know that TikTok will not be shut down due to the amount of people violating community guidelines? We can see it in effect. Children nowadays are a lot more toxic. They spend time on devices more than they play out with friends, go out and hang out toxic communities that are growing till this very second. How do we know that our child's mental health won't be affected and eventually quit just because they want to pursue their dream of being a digital content creator? How do we know that this is the path that they should take and is for the greater good without considering the various disbenefits this point may be? How can we say that no formal education will ensure that our kids will have a monthly income and many more? We can see the amount of people who succeed being a content creator is very small. How can we assure that by the time our child becomes mature, they'll be able to become a successful one too? We directly oppose what was said earlier, as that statement is insufficient. Children nowadays are still allowed to have their own path and choosings, but we as parents are responsible to guide them for what is best. Social media has influenced their mind too much to think that being popular is easy. Even if it was, how long would it last? Our children does not look through the bigger picture and generally a lot more stubborn. They think us parents would only want what is best for us. But no, we are doing this for the benefit of our children and more. If they become a digital content creators, they can be popular and make money. But what happens when they're no longer popular? What would they do? They will just want to choose the easy path when in life, not everything goes as easy and as planned. Yes, being a digital content creator has lesser effort than taking formal education, as it is self-taught and based on the likings of general public. But public views are always different. They could be criticized by a lot of people that think differently. But no, society defines how much money they produce daily based on being a digital content creator. Do we really want our children to be dependent towards the income based on likings of the public? A couple of issues that we are concerned about is 1. Digital content creations through social media apps like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and any platform requires a lot of screen time. This screen time is one of the major concerns that have escalated even before digital content creator was a thing. Our kids are so drawn out to the importance of a phone, it has become a daily routine and a normal thing for them to use every single minute within a day. Now, if our children chooses to become a digital content creator, the amount of screen time that they use would increase twice, thrice, or even 4 times the amount of time that they have already been using every single day. We should be aware of how dangerous this can be towards our health, especially our eyes. This can cause issues like our eyes swelling and the amount of times we see light based on the amount of times we see lights from our devices. There are countless amount of cases on the news regards people getting eye cancer and further issues from playing their phones every single day. Now imagine, if they choose to become a full-time digital content creator, they'd have to play their phones all day. Whether it's to comment to other people's comments, seeing how good the video turned out to be, Zoom conferences with their publication team, and so much more. Second thing, we're concerned about the ethics of our children ahead. Yes, you can say that digital content creator is a low investment regards education fee and costs, but to ensure our kids will create content, we must provide a good environment. Pay fees for lighting, pay fees for props, cameras, video editors, audio editors, camera holder, and so much more add-on fees that you have not stated with a statement that you said. These fees, as we know, are not cheap, and if used to pay daily, it will cost as much as a tuition fee on a normal formal education school. If seen coming from a middle-class family, allowing their child to become a digital content creator, the expenses that will be put on this will burden them too. How will we be sure our child will be able to provide food for us in the future through digital content creating? Adding on, looks are one of the main impact of popularity on digital content creation. We can see multiple people doing nothing, just sitting in front of the camera, and yet still get millions of views or likes. On the other hand, people who are generally less attractive and yet showcases their entire talent on various platforms only get tens of likes. Not to mention the amount of hate that less attractive people get, which could rapidly damage their mental health. This is why creativity is not one of the largest impacts towards popularity. A lot of people are biased on looks, and it has been proven based on the content that are going viral right now. Some people put really big effort to their content when they are creating, but don't get as much views compared to the one that just showcases the pretty girls that lip sync or dance on TikTok audio. This will greatly affect their mental health of those who are really struggling on creating body images. Digital content creating is risky and not assuring. Yes, a person may be popular today, but they may not be popular they may be popular this year, but they will always experience a flop era. An era where all their views will decrease and continuously drop until they lose their popularity. Popularity these days don't last long and become a huge issue for people who have jobs as content creators. We can see that people that used to be popular are now not as popular as they were. We can see that content creators are starting to quit their jobs to pursue formal education. We can see people changing back to a normal job because their content creator income is starting to decrease. This is the largest concern we have regards this. If we allow our child to become a digital content creator, what will they do if they lose their popularity? What will they end up doing in the future? Would they live on the streets because they can't afford to pay expenses for a house? Would they have to beg and ask other people for money because they can't afford their own? What would they simply do? If they choose to not take formal education and become a digital content creator and don't succeed, they won't have any past education records. How would they receive a normal job if they fail becoming one? Would their resume simply become digital content creator? How would they be able to succeed in life without relying on an app if they don't receive the basics through formal education? How would they be able to ensure assured living, able to pay living costs, fees, and all of that when popularity is in high demand and does not last long? Allowing our child to deprioritize formal education will loosen the possibility for our child to become a successful person. Social media is rapidly growing day by day, but it will not be the main platform for future jobs. Points of disclaimer: we will still allow our child to do any digital content creation, to use their creativity, but we will also require them to take formal education. We can see people are starting to make content from schools, education, work jobs, and many more. It is beneficial for both parties as they will still be able to do what they love, continue their passion, and still have a main job to support their daily needs. Second point of disclaimer, we are not trying to take our child's happiness rights, but we want our child to have a safe place for them to grow and interact and provide the necessary fundings for their future family. We would like our child to realize that digital content creation should not be a job. It should be done for fun, as a hobby, something that should be enjoyable and played not to receive money. We want to raise awareness that content creation is something that must be done daily, not for popularity, likes, especially income. With the multiple concerns that we have stated previously, are we still not going to rethink our decision of our child's? Our children need guidance. We need to guide them to success. We need to ensure our child become a successful, happy, and respectful person. This is why I beg you to propose.